Greetings ladies and gentlefish, and welcome back to another video of World of Tanks. Hurrah! This one is going to be showing some of the trials and tribulations that I went through when trying to complete Light Tank Mission 15 for the T55A. Now, I feel I should point out at this moment, for anyone who doesn't know, I don't like desperately try and grind the personal missions for these reward tanks, but what I will do is have a particular mission in mind. And so let's say I'm trying to complete some light tank missions, I'll grind out some light tanks for a bit. Whee! Woo, that was a little lucky. We lost some health, but it wasn't the end of the world. That's how I play it. So I was looking to complete Light Tank Mission 15, so I played some light tanks for a while, essentially. Kicking off proceedings in the RU251. This was a patch 9.17 game, so at the time of playing this, this is the tier 8 German light tank. Now, of course, the tier 9 German light tank. But when it was a tier 8, it got your light tank matchmaking, so it was tier plus 2. Tier plus 2, what do I mean by that? Tier plus 2 is a load of nonsense. What am I talking about? What I mean is that as a tier 8 light tank, I was basically match made as if I were a tier 9 machine. So we're here on Sand River, and we're trying to get some spots. By the way, Light Tank Mission 15 for the T55A, for those who are unaware, you have to have the total amount of damage you have dealt and your total assistance damage to be 7,000. That completes the primary. And to complete the secondary objective, you must survive the battle. For the T28 heavy tank concept, that target is 5,000 instead of 7. And I think it's like 3,000 or 4,000 for the Stug 4, if memory serves. So we've tried to do some spotting. We spotted some guys, but there wasn't really much shooting going on of them. Perhaps not a huge surprise, bearing in mind we don't have any artillery in this match. Put a shot into a Jagdpanther 2 though, and getting some flanking shots into this Lerva. Pew! There we go. So just trying to do some damage ourselves, spot some people, and with Light Tank Mission 15 you do have to bear in mind that some people forget a couple of important points. One, the damage you do counts. And 2, you can also get assistance damage, of course, from tracking people and then having your teammates shoot them. Now, this is one of the more frustrating of the personal missions because it is kind of team dependent. We've all been in those situations where we've been doing a cracking job spotting people, but our team just aren't interested in shooting any of the things that we're spotting. And it's annoying and it's frustrating, but it happens. And, you know, there we are. It does make this particular mission, as I said, rather team dependent, and that can be annoying, but that's sort of light tanks for you. Light tanks in general can be fairly team dependent, so there is that. If this Lerva's just going to sit up here, then we are going to happily put some shots into this fellow, and we are rewarded with the kill. That's our first kill. Currently up to 1,407 damage and 183 assistance damage. Scoreline is 3-2. This is of course an assault game, by the way, here on Sand River, so this match won't last more than 10 minutes tops. And T34 side of the turret. Being a little bit choosy about my shots because the shell velocity on this gun is pretty poor. Oh, someone else picks up the kill. Never mind, I picked up some assistance damage for it. That's fine. So, VK 101p down there. We know there's an RU251 up here somewhere. 5916, there's a Jagdpanther 2 and a Centurion, of course, were at the back on those hills. There they are. Trying to spot some people or get some shots at people. And the RU251's, ooh, hello Scorpion, is a slightly interesting machine in that it gets better gun depression over the sides of the tank than over the front. So you have 5 degrees of gun depression, I think it is, over the front of the tank, but that goes up to 8 degrees over the side. So you end up, if you need to get shots on people, sometimes doing this strange kind of little side climb up a hill or something in order to get those shots. Get a little bit lucky there, only a small amount of that Stura Emil was available for me to shoot at. I think my shot actually went slightly low, which ended up helping. But either way, we managed to land some damage on him. People are finally shooting some of the targets that I'm spotting. We track the Jagdpanther 2, but he puts his tracks back on straight away. That shot goes in, and we're over the 2,000 damage done mark, and up to 1,742 assistance, which is nice. Going for the 59-16 there. There's one shot. Someone kills him, but we don't get the assistance damage for that because we weren't solely spotting him, which is a little bit sad. There you go. Stir Emil. Can we do the same thing again? Yes, we can. And he is now left a one-shot. A slightly awkward one-shot, but that doesn't seem to have stopped me shooting him thus far. So I'm not too worried about that. But I don't want to get shot by a lot of these guys and take lots and lots of damage. That would make me sad. I've also loaded a HE shell, by the way, here, because there are lots of lightly armoured tanks around here. And the HE shells on this gun are pretty good, but wishing I had an AP shell loaded instead, as the HE fails to penetrate that tier 9 waffle thrower, and I don't even get assistance damage for it. Don't even take out his tracks. That's a little bit sad, but there we go. Take a big hit in the face there from the Jagdpanther 2, which is kind of sad. We want to stay alive. Remember, the secondary condition here is to survive. And we also want to be able to get some more damage done, because so far we've had a pretty respectable game, but 2,692 damage plus 1,742 assistance damage, that does not make 7,000 total. You know, that barely scrapes over 4,000. So we need to get some more damage out of this game. Coming up around the side here, can we do something about the RU-251? Yes, we can. He becomes kill number 2. WZ-111 up there. FCM-50T over yonder. Take a shot on the move, but no joy. Want to be a little bit careful engaging this FCM. He has fire support from behind him, apparently. Why on earth you would ever take a WZ-111 to that position, I do not know, but there we are. These things happen. And just coming right the way around the back, trying to attack this guy from 2 different directions. There we go, one shot in and bugging out. Anyone gonna land a big one on that WZ? I mean, I know he's quite difficult to damage in that position, he's kinda hull down, but even so. No, no one. Fine. Can we shoot the WZ then? Ooh, TVP. Over there, nah, there's not really much of him to shoot at. So that leaves the FCM, WZ and TVP. Our T30 just died, unfortunately. 12-8, and we're on the defending team. So this game is essentially won at this point. The enemy team aren't going to manage to kill us all or cap in the last 2 minutes of the game. So it's really now just down to how much damage and assistance damage can I pick up. Prevaricating just a little bit here. I don't want to be spotted, and I'm trying to work out exactly how to approach this. So just decide nuts to it. That FCM's got a lot of health. Let's see if we can do anything to him. We're running out of time here anyway. So with any luck we will be able to do some damage to this guy. There we go. One into him. And this is where I kind of wish I'd gone for it, but we get some assistance damage on the WZ in the end anyway. And actually, I say I kind of wish I'd gone for it. If I had, I'd probably currently be dead. So it was the right decision not to go all in on that FCM. So slight change of tack. I'm now a one-shot for, well, for everyone actually. Obviously the FCM has lower alpha damage, so he is the least likely to actually kill me with that one-shot. But technically, strictly speaking, I am a one-shot for any of the remaining tanks, regardless of what gun they are using. The TVP could be using either an 88 or a 100mm gun. We just don't know. Or is it a 105? Can't remember. It's 320 alpha either way. So we decide to go for the TVP here. There's only 59 seconds left. Auto aim is your friend. There we go. One in. TVP seems to be going for the M103 rather than turning around to deal with me, which is a little bit unexpected, but there we are. And the M103 polishes him off. 44 seconds for the WZ and the FC for the WZ. Right, 37. Okay, that guy is looking that way. Bounce on the side of his turret. That one misses, and he is dead. And that's the game. Hurrah! Done. So, go and have a look at the results for this one. That game ended up being good enough then for an ace tanker. Spotter, is that sharpshooter? The one for not damaging bad guy, and not damaging friendlies even, 5 for effect, and the Confederate medal. 3,985 damage done, 2 kills, 1,422 base experience, 25 shots fired, 20 hits, 18 pens for that damage count. Most of it was actually from relatively close range. 2 hits received, both penetrated. I mean, we were playing a light tank, what else do you expect? 4 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 damage, 2 destroyed, 2,363 assistance damage, and 4.52 kilometers travelled. If you add together the damage done and our assistance damage, you get a total of, drumroll please, 6,348. Target is 7,000, so a good try, but not quite there. Need to try a little bit harder, but a good start there in the RU-251. Next up we have the LTTB, the, as at the time, Tier 7 Soviet light tank, now I believe the Tier 8 Soviet light tank. Now when I got into this game I was not expecting anything to happen even vaguely towards Light Tank Mission 15, because this is a lower tier machine and there is just physically fewer hit points and there is less damage to go around when you're in a lower tier game. Well, this is a Tier 8 match, so we are quote unquote top tier. But that's just the way it is. I mean, if you ooh, hello guys. If there's less hit points or fewer hit points to go around, there's less damage to be done, there's less spotting damage to get, there's less assistance damage, there's less actual damage, all of that stuff, yeah? So it shouldn't come as a massive surprise if you get much less in a lower tier game than you would in a higher tier match. The flip side is that we are on Kampenovka, which is one of the best maps to get for this sort of thing. This is an encounter match, and already in less than 1 minute of the game we've managed to rack up 2,000 assistance damage, over 1,000 of which was one Tiger 2 getting the ever-loving crap slapped out of him, which was hilarious. But the enemy seemed to have wisened up to what I'm doing, and artillery was trying to shoot me, so I back off a bit. I'll try and come back in again, but get spotted once more. The LTTB, for its failings, and it does have some serious issues, it is a fast, mobile tank, and there's a bit more spotting. Hello, heavy tank number 6. And so you can use that to do a spot of active scouting without too much difficulty. It's not the biggest target in the world. It's quick, it's agile, all of that lends itself pretty well to the active scouting role. And this little ridge here that you can see me going up and down on Malinovka, if you're in an encounter match, that is actually a really nice area to use to try and rack up your spotting damage. You do have to be careful about return fire, obviously, because you will be spotted, and you do also have to there we go, I just took a big fat shot in the bum from a Borsig, speaking of return fire. And you do also have to be very aware when enough is enough and you have outstayed your welcome. So that was 488 into the rear. One more shot from that Borsig would kill me. Not something we particularly want. But we've done over 4,000 spotting damage at this point, so that's a pretty good showing. We decide to get out of dodge, because I think that position has outstayed its usefulness. It's getting a little hot, everyone seems to want me dead, so we decide to go somewhere else. Can we make up some more spotting or regular damage ourselves? The more the merrier, obviously. So coming forward into some of these bushes, you can also get some good spotting from this region, trying to see if we can spot that T-34-100 who we picked up earlier on, but it doesn't look like it's really gonna work, and I'm kind of pondering what to do now. I could go through the main body of the map, through the field, which is usually where people camping out on this map if it were a regular match. And we've got a Panther 2 over there at the moment, but I'm not convinced that's necessarily the best choice, so instead I decide to bomb it down here, get a bit closer to the bad guys, and see if I can get some more spotting done. So 4,115 is where we're at so far. Let's see if we can make that any more. And if we can get a little bit of regular damage into the bargain, that would be nice. Spotted a Sparpanzer 1C and a Type 58, which is jolly good. Potentially we can get shots into the rears of the people up on the hill. The thing is, the LTTB has atrocious gun depression. Back in patch 9.17, I'm not sure if they have changed it since, but in 9.17 this thing, oh dear, this thing had 3 degrees of gun depression, and I was expecting to die here. But I reload before the Type 58 does, and voila. He is dead. Sweet. 450 regular damage, 4,951 assistance damage. Our artillery, he wasn't trying to, but he ends up killing our own defender, which is a bit go figure. Maybe it was just the shot didn't go anywhere near where he aimed it. This is patch 9.17, so even patch 9.18 that is entirely possible, but especially in 9.17 that was possible. Spotted out an IKV-90B. Scoreline is 9-7, by the way. We've been consistently a little bit ahead throughout this entire match, and I like to think that a good part of that is due to the spotting I've been doing. I hope that that's been a good part of it. Kind of conscious now that actually this has been a pretty good game, so I hadn't got the ace tanker yet in this tank when I played this match, so I was also quite keen to try and push it a little bit just to see if we could pick up that award as well. Because the LTTB isn't actually a machine I particularly like, and so once I'd picked up the ace tanker, it meant that I'd be able to sell this thing and move the crew onto, well, at the time I was thinking the T-54 lightweight, and that is where they ultimately ended up. Spot out a T-34-100 again. Not really sure if anyone's in a position to do much about him, but we spot him out so we know where he is. Maybe the artillery could land a shot in his vicinity. Don't know. No one really seems to be putting any effective fire toward him, so... oh, there we go, there's a little bit. But it seems that I am no longer the sole spotter, so I'm not really getting any assistance damage from this, which is a little bit of a shame. If he's distracted, however, we might be able to poke around the side here and finish him off. Now we get spotted, it's a bit risky. Now looking where the enemy team are, they've got a Tiger left, who is at H1. The T-34-100, Sparpanzer 1C and IKV are both kind of over there, and then there's artillery, so actually we should be able to pop round here and finish him off without too much trying to kill us, except I guess possibly the artillery. IKV there, one shot in, someone else picks up the kill, so we're currently sitting on 2 kills. Can we go and find their artillery? That would be quite nice. Be a nice way of finishing this match off. Hunt down their arty. Even though we only have 87 health left, so we do have to be really careful. People could sneeze in our general direction and this tank would fall apart. So, just working our way around. What can we find? Tiger has died, and oh, hello, there's the artillery. Take one shot on the move, but these guys don't appear to really be aiming at us. M4043 dies, we get some assistance damage, put a couple of shots into the Lorraine to kill him, he becomes kill number 3, and that just leaves the Sparpanzer 1C, loading HE round here. The Spice Panzer's armour is pretty atrocious. Hopefully we're not going to get killed by him, that would be a pretty sour way to end this match. But you never know, it's entirely possible. He's certainly capable of killing me. But where is he? That is the question. There he is, 44 health. He's even more sneeze-worthy than I am. And the Challenger's probably going to be the one to finish him off, unless he decides to be a scumbag and drowns himself. Nah, Challenger gets him. Good job, Red Pig. And that was the match. There we go then. That was my ace tanker in the LTTB. Spotter, Fire for Effect, Scout, and Patrol Duty ribbons. 1,079 damage done, 3 kills, 1,396 base experience, 7 shots fired, 6 hits, 6 pens for that damage count, 2 hits received, both penetrated, a little bit of splash damage as well, 11 enemy vehicles spotted, hence the Scout medal, 4 damaged, 3 destroyed, 5,504 assistance damage, and just under 5 kilometers travelled. If you total up all that damage and assistance damage, that brings us to 6,583. So it's an improvement on the RU game by about 200. We're gradually edging closer and closer to that magical 7,000 mark, but we're not quite there yet. On with another game then. Right then, we have now moved into patch 9.18. Still unable to get light tank mission 15 done for the T55A, and we join the action, well, join the beginning of the game here in the AMX 1390, the newly bumped up to tier 9 French light tank. Played this thing a lot before patch 9.18, did not like it. As of patch 9.18, however, this thing has rapidly become one of my favourite tanks in the game. 90mm autoloader, now with 40 rounds of ammunition, which is an upgrade over what it used to get, if memory serves. And we are here on another map that is excellent for light tanks and spotting, Fiery Salient, or Prokhorovka. Basically the same map. So we are going, this is a standard match by the way, and we are going down the one line to try and find the Bush of Eternal Amazingness, win, and all of the spotting in the world ever. And see if we can get into it and do all of the spotting in the world ever. Time will tell. Now as it is, with the presence of that RU251 out there, I decide not to go high and into that bush directly. The thing is, if you do that, you can get spotted trying to go across the relatively open ground. So wait for that guy to get unspotted himself, and then I think I might be inclined to push up towards that bush, or at least gradually push up this 1 and 2 line here in these bushes. The problem with that bush of Amazingness, Win and Awesome is that a lot of people now know about it, and so if they're getting spotted, there are a number of people who will now blind fire that bush, which is a little bit of an issue, but there we go. And I was just in the process of moving, and then we spot out an Udez. Fantastic. He must have fired the gun, no idea how I was going to spot him any other way, but it looks like he gets away scot-free, which is a little galling, but there we are. So he has cleared off, but there are clearly some people down here. There are 4 tank destroyers on the enemy team and 1 light tank. Now this was one of those relatively rare matches since patch 9.18 that wasn't completely flooded with lights. Just the 1 on each team. There's myself on our team, and the enemy team have that RU251, of course. Trying to get a couple of shots off. Hope I shouldn't be spotted here. Should be plenty of bushes in the way. Can I connect the 4th shot as well? Nah, doesn't look like it. So 2 rounds did their thing out of the 4 in the magazine, and we're going for a reload. Oh, now I haven't been spotted, but someone might be blind firing in this general direction. Move forwards into this bush, and we spot out the Oni. And oh, that RU251 has not got a lot of health left, has he? Now I don't want to pull the trigger here. Ooh, artillery lands a shot and stuns this guy, and then he's just getting absolutely blattered. Yay, blattering. I didn't have the gun elevation to shoot the RU251. Shooting an Oni in the front isn't the best plan with about 200 pen, which this gun does, and even then I'd potentially reveal my position. So I really don't want to pull the trigger here. I'm perfectly happy to get assistance damage. The Oni goes down, the RU251 also went down, and I picked up the assistance damage on him too, and there's a T25AT. Moving on to the next target, fellas. Come on. That's 1713 assistance damage so far, and 510 damage of our own. Ah, looks like that shell landed. Oh, it didn't do any damage to him anyway. But that shell would have landed just a little bit too late, as I was no longer spotting him. So, what other tank destroyers are there going to be down here? We know there was a Udez. We know there's the T25. Potentially we also have the Scorpion, and of course the STRV S1, and oh, that Scorpion is getting absolutely murderated. Ooh, 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 that's gonna leave a mark. All lovely, lovely, tasty assistance damage. This, of course, a very different kind of spotting to the previous match where we were running around like a nutter. Goodbye, Scorpion. Hello, Mr. VK. This time, instead, we are doing more passive spotting. Sitting in a bush, nicely camoed up, and just spotting people with our wonderful view range. Oh, hello. Christmas has come early. Shoot them. Shoot them. Oh, yes. Now, that 800 odd damage, I'm not the one spotting that, Udez, annoyingly, because I didn't get the assistance for that. It's probably these guys down here, which is kind of irritating. But there we go. At least he died. At least he died. There you can see this tank's atrocious gun elevation. I couldn't shoot the VK even if I wanted to. And I'm not going to try, or the Panther, but the fact remains that I wouldn't be able to do it regardless. Someone else is spotting that Panther though. It is not me. And I'm getting the impression this position is kind of outstaying its usefulness. As I don't really seem to be picking up much more assistance damage. We're up to 3,225 damage done. Assistance damage done, which is quite nice. And 510 of our own damage, and there we go. We pick up the kill on him. We should be sufficiently bushed to not be spotted. And I decide to go for a reload there. And return to the bush. Now this is awkward. If I push up here too aggressively, I can get spotted and deleted very quickly. We know the T25 AT is still down the end of this road, or is likely still down the end of this road. And I might be able to be the one providing fire support now. So there's a Panther. That one bounces because of course it does. That one bounces because of course it does. There we go. That was a pretty terrible magazine. Those first two shots, no idea what they were doing, but there we go. C'est la vie. And we're going to use this moment to push further up. The scoreline is 6-4, and the people behind me, I think, are pretty anxious to get on with the fighting. So he gets deleted. Hey, there's some more assistance damage for me. Oh, good. And we're just going to keep going and see what we can find. Is the STRV down here somewhere? Oh, someone's trying to shoot me. Our survey says apparently not. Ho hum. And actually the STRV, oh no, that was our STRV, never mind. Bum shots on the KV3. No, someone else. That was our STRV again. Pulls that one out the bag. Out the bag. Where did I just get that South African accent from? Pulled that one out the bag. Or is it Australian? Antipodean, whatever. There's only 5 of them left at this point. The scoreline is 10-4. We've pretty comprehensively, or we should have pretty comprehensively won this. So it's more a case of just trying to push forward. Let's not be too passive. Let's just keep going, pick up as much damage and assistance damage as we can. Spotted out probably by the artillery at this point. Wouldn't be surprised if they were hiding in the corner. Oh, there's the STRV as well. Come on, fellas. Come on. Do your thing. There we go. Lots and lots of tasty assistance damage. And I'm just going for the reload there. He is dead. The artillery doesn't actually appear to be down here, which is interesting. So, there's a T10 somewhere. Oh, he's right the way up there. And there's 2 artillery pieces. Or there are 2 artillery pieces currently still unaccounted for. And if they're not down in that corner, they're often the other side of these train tracks. So we have reloaded our gun, 1 into the GW Panther. Both of the artillery have now fired. Killed the GW Panther. Hello SU-14-2. Goodbye SU-14-2. And that is the match. Voila! Well, that one seemed like it was quite a lot. Let's go and have a look at the post-battle stats and see if we have finally done it. Okay, that was worth first-class mastery, duelist, fire for effect, spotter ribbons, Pascucci's medal, which has now become relatively easy to get. You only have to kill 2 artillery for it. 1,943 regular damage, 3 kills, 1,223 base experience. Added on to that 1,943 damage, 4,993 assistance damage, giving a grand total of 6,936. You could not make this up sometimes. God damn it. We were like 64 damage short of our 7,000 target. And we survived the match. So close. So very, very close. Right. do we actually have a hope of doing light tank mission 15 then? We're going to have one more shot at this and see how it goes. So, once again, we are in the AMX 1390. Once again, we are top tier. This is a tier 9 match. This time, however, instead of being on Prokhorovka or Malinovka or something big and open and good for light tanks, we are on Paris. Oh dear, most of Paris is taken up with, well, the city of Paris, surprisingly enough. This is not a particularly good light tank map. So, don't expect miracles. Just putting it out there. There are 3 light tanks per team, 1 medium tank, and already people are going around nudging, crashing, and generally being the utter rock stars that they are. Now this is a bit of a bogey map for me. It's one of the newer maps in the game, and I generally do appallingly badly on it. I just don't have the measure for it, I don't think, and I'm spotted already. Fantastic. So we need to wait until we're unspotted. That HWK seems to have decided he doesn't like life anymore. If you don't want to play light tanks, mate, don't play light tanks. Anyway. So we're up here. We've been rewarded with a tiny bit of assistance damage on an RU-251 already. And I guess we're going to try and do a bit of spotting here, just in the vain hope that it's vaguely useful. HWK is now gone, so yeah, it shouldn't come as a massive surprise, I guess. And there's an ISU-152 and lots of people that I really want to get shot. There we go. AMX. Oh, yes, yes. More. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, that was not too bad. 1,413 assistance damage. Yep, we like that. We like that a lot. Any more for any more? Come on. Come on. Come on. I want to spot someone. RU-251 is still over there on the side. Oh, Tiger 1. Oh, that's a big slab of weakly armoured hit points. Oh, come on. Yes. That's it, more. More. I demand more. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. Assistance damage for the light tanks. 2,676 we're up to now. Unfortunately, the RU-251 has had enough of our shenanigans. And he puts himself on the other side of this hillock, which means if I pop up there and try to spot any of them, he is proxy spotting me and I will get vaporized. Having said that, I'm also proxy spotting him. So, yeah. Bye. Hurrah. Scoreline's 2-3, by the way. Okay. Okay. 2,814 assistance damage. This is going better than I was expecting. Okay, we might have a chance at this. So, back up into this bush. Oh, the tiger's still there. He hasn't run away anywhere. Oh, you beauty. Thank you for donating your hit points to the Chip Needs the T55A cause. It is much appreciated. Any other donations, kindly use the box on your way out. 3,407 assistance damage now. Way more than I was ever expecting on a map that is basically one giant city. Right, nuts to this. We're going for it. Scoreline's 3-3. We've got 3,407 assistance damage. We have just been spotted. But, oh, we take a hit from the IKV there. Oh, we take a hit from the LTTB as well. He knocks out my engine. We put the engine back in. Oh, there's another hit from the LTTB, but he dies for it. And the IKV, come on, he's got 194 hit points remaining. We're up to just shy of 3.8k assistance damage. Remember, our target is 7,000, so we're over halfway there. There's an Udez as well. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. And I'm not actually getting the assistance damage for this Udez. No, so let's get some regular damage on him. One shot. Second one seems to track him. Third one. Can we pick up the kill? Fourth one gives us the kill. Yes. There we go. 516 damage and a kill on top of our spotting. There goes the IKV, and there's some more assistance damage for us, breaking us over the 4k assistance damage mark. Excellent. Scoreline is 7-6. This is going alright. Lost some health, but it's not the end of the world. There's an ISU-152 who apparently has given up on life. He's looking my way, he's looking the other way, he's looking the other way. If he... Oh, he's getting shot at. Oh, nope, that didn't count towards my assistance. Nope, nope, we need to do something about this. Shoot him. Shoot. No, how did it bounce? Oh, no. We failed to kill him. We get 71 assistance damage on that guy. That was pathetic. We wanted more than that. And the scoreline's slightly turned in the enemy team's favour now. 8-9. Oh, there we go. 9-9. Right. We need to go hunting. There is an artillery piece somewhere. There he is. Batchat 15555. There's also an IS-6, 2 ISs and 2 ONIs. Well, we have the higher tier tanks. With any luck, we've got this. Oh, there's some more assistance damage. Beautiful. That drags our total over 5,000. Come on. Come on. Oh, there's an IS. Oh, IS. We can kill him with a single magazine. He has fired and he has flubbed. 1 shot. 2 shots. 3 shots. There's the kill. Fantastic. Kill number 2. Batchat is still around. There he is. But I'm reloading. I can't do anything about this guy. Did he just fire? Well, I'm reloading anyway, so I can't immediately do much about it. But I think he might have just fired. Either way, he's not actually looking this way, which is kind of amusing. Oh, Udez picks up the kill. Ooh, right. Okay, 4 of them left, but there's only 4 of us left now. Both teams are disintegrating fairly quickly. Right, into the town then. We need to try and assassinate some peeps. Oni and an IS over there. And hello, Mr. Oni, how are you today? And oh, what was that? Oh, that was the Udez ramming into the back of me, meaning I don't get to shoot the Oni. Thank you very much, mate. That shot misses. The Udez doesn't even get the damage in. You idiot. You need to be careful where you're shooting, and I'm not just going to go hell for leather in there because I'm probably going to get myself killed. So, I decide to go and relocate. We lost our FCM, so that leaves us 1 tank down. This match is not won yet, by the way. It's entirely possible we lose this. It's entirely possible we win as well, of course. We'll see how it goes. So, right the way around. I want to attack these guys from an unexpected quarter, and that was some pro driving. Really was some pro driving right there. Oh, so 4,545 assistance damage, 1,299. Oh, I decided to relocate. Okay, I'm not going that way. 1,299 regular damage. That brings the total to approximately 5,800. And I'm being really indecisive at this point. So I was going to go all the way around. Then I decide against it because I think I'll be isolated on my own. Someone wants to cap, but we can't safely cap this. IS-6s and the Oni have stuck together. Oh, no, they've come around the south. That's a bit of a problem. Okay. Right. So our Udez is potentially in trouble. Was he the guy who wanted to cap? I believe he was. And, oh god, there's the Oni. Okay, so he has fired. Right. He only damages our track. We get a little bit lucky there. So, first shot into him. Second shot. Picks up the kill. Go for the reload. He becomes kill number 3. The score lines are even again. And, oh Christ, there's an IS. Bother. If I'd still had some shells in the magazine, I could have killed him as well. But I didn't know he was going to be there. Oh dear. Okay, so going for the reload. IS is coming up behind me. It's lovely that the magazine reload on this tank is now only about 20 seconds. And good night, sweet prince. 13-13 because our Udez gets taken out by the IS-6. Going for another reload. Just to try and make sure I've got the damage in the magazine to actually kill these guys. On 4 kills, which is nice. We've got the Oni and the IS-6 left to deal with. The IS-6 is closing down on the Stuart Emil though, which is a bit of a... damn it. Stuart Emil dies, so that leaves myself versus an Oni and an IS-6. 1 shot onto the move into the Oni. Second shot, tracks him. Third shot. 1 more shot to kill this guy. There we go. That takes down the Oni. So it's me versus an IS-6. Unfortunately, the IS-6 has quite a lot of health. And with the AMX 1390, at least compared to its old incarnation with its reduced magazine size, without a fire or an ammo rack or something, I can't clip this guy. I carry 1 clip of premium APCR ammo. Your penetration goes up to over 240. So I decide, if there's any time to load it, let's load it now. And see what we can do. Now, 240 odd pen versus an IS-6. That should be pretty good to go. Trying to approach this from a different direction as I really don't want to take more damage than I have to. I can take 1 hit from this guy's gun. He's in our base eating our cookies. And oh, I need to decide which direction to approach this fella from. Okay, let's go this way, let's go this way, let's go this way. Got plenty of time here. Time is not the issue. Where is he? There he is, there he is, there he is. Which way is he actually looking? I've no idea. One shot into the side. 2 shots. Both of them have failed to penetrate. So much for my premium magazine, eh? And so now I've only got 2 shells left in the magazine. I go back to my armor piercing. That was a bit of a pain, actually. So those 2 premium rounds, I really needed them to actually connect and do some damage. Decide to go right the way around and approach this guy from a different direction. Still can't reliably kill this guy in 1 magazine, which means I can't really rush him, and I fall foul of the masonry once again. Can't really rush this guy, which is a bit of a shame. In the old AMX 1390 I could have done, but in the old AMX 1390 there's a lot of the damage I've gotten so far in the match that I just wouldn't have been able to rack up. And actually after this match, because of this, I decided to take a second clip of APCR so that I could, well, load that second clip of APCR now, rather than relying on my 200 odd penetration armor piercing rounds, or regular rounds I should say. I get spotted, I'm still going to go for this. IS-6 is angling well, he puts one into me, I bounce those 2, there we go, 1 into him. Second one fails to damage him, I need to get out of here and go for another reload. And this is really awkward now. He's managed to take off a good chunk of my health. Now, on the plus side, I can now clip this guy with a fresh magazine. On the downside, I'm a one-shot for him. So, this is really, really, really awkward. I've only got just over 200 penetration. Yeah. Obviously we got the reset, so there's that. But this is just a really difficult engagement for me now. The IS-6 honestly is a bit of a terror tank for the AMX 1390, because despite what some people will try and tell you, that the IS-6's armour doesn't work against rounds that are like more than 200 pen, well, kinda does. Especially if you don't really have the time to properly aim your shots. And I don't really, because there's a big fat 122mm gun pointing right at me, and I can't afford to take the hit. Bit of a shame, but there we go. So, going from a completely different direction again, there he is. We put 1 shot in, and of course it bounces, because we don't have time to actually aim it. 789 damage, I do something stupid. I poke out again. He's waiting for me, I put 1 shot in. But he puts the shot into me and unfortunately kills me, and the game is thus over, depriving me of a top gun and the win, which is a massive, massive shame. There we go. I shouldn't have gone for that second shot from the same place. I was getting a bit worried about the cap counter. I should have relocated and tried to make the shot happen from a different direction, but there were plenty of shots, some of which were reasonably well aimed, that should have penetrated the IS-6, and they just didn't, because reasons. Don't ask me why. Because the IS-6's armour is actually really quite good. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the post-game stats for this one. Well, despite the defeat, that was enough for Ace Tanker, Fighter, Fire for Effect, Bruiser, Defender and Patrol Duty medals. We gave it a pretty good go there. 2,902 damage done, 5 kills, 939 base experience. Shout out to that IS-6 though, 3,661 damage done, 4 kills. He played a good game by the look of it, so all power to him. Well done to him. 26 shots fired, 24 hits, 16 pens for that damage count. Received 6 hits, which is a bit unusual, but we had some light tanks shooting us. One of them didn't penetrate, which is very unusual. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 6 damaged, 5 destroyed, 4,545 assistance damage, 100 base defense points, 6.83 kilometers traveled, which is a damn long way. And when you add up the damage done and the assistance damage, you get a total of 7,447. So we successfully completed Light Tank Mission 15, the Aggressive Recon Specialist. However, there's a slight sting in the tail. Because the IS-6 killed us at the end, we did not complete the secondary objective. Which brings me to my current position. I have completed, with honours, Medium Tank 15, TD 15 and Heavy Tank Mission 15. Completed the heavy tank mission number 15 the other day, with honours that was. I'd completed it without honours previously. I have completed light tank mission 15 without honours, which means in order to get the T55A, I need to either complete light tank mission 15 again, but this time with honours, or complete SPG mission 15, and frankly that is being a pain in the wazoo, because it is yet another mission that is reliant on your team and all of that stuff. So there we go. That is my current predicament. I need to achieve one of those two things in order to get the T55A. So I guess we are back to grinding through the AMX 1390, trying to get that mission done, although lately the maps I've been getting have been very much, oh, what's that, you're in a light tank? Well, here's Himmelsdorf, ho ho ho. You get the idea. But we shall see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that cluster of light tank games, gradually chipping our way towards light tank mission 15 for the T55A. If you did, then by all means please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel, and I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao ciao.